Serial 13. Does Great Britain still have a church-run state today? In 1534, Martin Luther translated the Bible into the German language. People reading the New German Bible began breaking off from the Catholic Church en masse. Luther could not reform the church, but the Catholic Church thought they could silence Luther and eventually sent armies to stop the religious protestors. War ensued, causing thousands of people to lose their lives. For defending the Catholic Church against the heretic Martin Luther, in 1531, the Pope awarded England's King Henry VIII the official title Defender of the Faith. Then in 1534, when Henry could not get a divorce from the Catholic Church to marry his mistress, Anne Boleyn, he married her anyway in a secret ceremony. When the Pope found out about the unauthorized marriage, he excommunicated King Henry. King Henry later retaliated for his excommunication by confiscating all Catholic Church property in England, and then set up his own church, placing himself at the head of his new church, the Church of England. Then, to break the hold the Catholic Church held over his English Catholic members, King Henry authorized the Bible to be translated into English so the British Catholics could see how far the Roman Church had departed from the truth. Yes, in case you're wondering, it was the same King Henry that was famous for his 6 wives. First he married Catherine of Aragon, then Anne Boleyn, then Jane Seymour, followed by Anne of Cleves, then Catherine Howard, and finally Catherine Parr, who outlived King Henry. Henry VIII died January 28th in 1547. Edward VI followed Henry VIII to the throne and was crowned on February 20th, 1547, at the age of 9. He was the son of Henry VIII and Jane Seymour, and the first English monarch to be raised as a Protestant. Henry and Catherine's daughter Mary was known later as Queen Bloody Mary and followed Edward VI to the throne. Mary, a devout Catholic, reversed King Henry's support for an English translation of the Bible. Then, Bloody Mary enforced the Pope's edict against common folk having the scriptures and promptly had the translators arrested and burned at the stake. She began her evil reign by murdering hundreds of Protestants and tried to reestablish the Catholic Church in England. Henry VIII was the first head of the state and the Church of England, and still to this day, the ruling monarch of England still retains the title granted by the Pope in 1521, Defender of the Faith. Thus, the British monarch has the constitutional title of Supreme Governor of the Church of England. The canon law of the Church of England states, "We acknowledge that the Queen's most excellent Majesty, acting according to the laws of the realm, is the highest power under God in this kingdom, England, and has supreme authority over all persons in all causes, as well ecclesiastical as civil. In practice, this power is often exercised through Parliament and the Prime Minister." In other words, Great Britain still has a state-run church. You may ask, what difference does it make today if the government is run by a religious order or not? ISIS is an example of a radical church-state run system that is currently beheading those who do not conform to their religious doctrines. Serial 13 Summary. 1. In 1534, Martin Luther translated the Bible into the German language. 2. As Germans began reading Luther's German Bible, they started a mass exit from the Catholic Church. 3. The Catholic Church sought to put Martin Luther to death and sent armies to stop the religious protesters. 4. The Protestants got their name from being protesters who protested the corruption of the Catholic Church. 5. Thousands of Christians lost their lives as vast cities and villages were destroyed in the Catholic-Protestant wars. 6. When Henry VIII sided with the Pope against Martin Luther, he received the title Defender of the Faith. Serial 13 summary continued. 7. When the Pope did not allow Henry to divorce his wife, Catherine, to marry Anne Boleyn, he married her anyway. 8. When Henry was excommunicated by the Pope, he retaliated by confiscating all Catholic property in England. 9. Henry set up the new Church of England and replaced the Catholic clergy with his own loyal subjects. 10. Henry ordered the Bible to be translated into English to break the Pope's influence on Henry's English Catholics. 11. Henry's daughter, Mary, stopped the English translation of the Bible and murdered the translators and Protestants. 12. The British monarch is the head of the Church of England today, and Great Britain has a church-state system. To continue, see Serial 14. Which church encouraged the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre of Christians?